Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone above, below, or in between, welcome back. I don't know why Stephen Molyneux decided to do a show on this one. Honestly, I would have sat on that. 2008, and he was one of the few that was so happy to vote for Barack Obama. God knows. Or he was happy for America. I don't know. I don't know what the situation was in life. Don't really care. I guess if you're a YouTuber and you make your radio show, talking about stuff all day and all night, I guess eventually you're gonna come across politics. Um, okay, interesting. I remember where I was, 2008. I was working a double shift, a very very physical taxing job. Didn't watch TV, wasn't connected to the internet. None of that nonsense. Nope, I don't care. I'm not kidding. It's almost strange when I hear about people saying I've been doing YouTube for 10 years or whatever. It's just kind of strange to me. I'm one of those guys that just doesn't really care. Um, uh, so let's see, 2008. Yeah, I didn't even know we had an election, upcoming November 2008. I didn't even know that we had an election. Didn't care. Just didn't care. I got my news from the coffee shop and the grocery store clerk, the break room table conversations. That's pretty much where I got my news, folks. I kid you not. It sounds strange, but I mean, I listen to the car radio. I listen to regular radio, but I mean, I just didn't care. I mean, when I got done with my shift, I just watched movies, play video games. You know what I mean? You know, through my DVD player or my PlayStation or Xbox, whatever the hell I was playing at the time. Um, yeah, that was it. You just go in, you do your 9 to 5, and you know, uh, you try, just try to be the best at what you're doing. Don't really care about didn't really care about what was going on in the world of politics. Didn't have to. Didn't need to know. Straight up. I mean, so I heard about Barack Obama through the coworkers, but they still couldn't believe that I didn't know who he was. Matter of fact, a lot of them thought I was lying. I'm not joking. When I mentioned that I wasn't online. I wasn't no cable, not online. Just don't care. They literally couldn't figure it out. Um, they honestly thought that I was lying, and they honestly thought that everything that has been pumped into their skulls, all the nonsense, the indoctrination. I couldn't, like I didn't find out about that till later. But I mean, they always just gave you a really shitty attitude, and they really gave you a really bad. They presented themselves very, very bad. Like they always treated you like you were the guy that raped their mother and shot their dog when they were young or some shit. You know what I mean? And when you work in a regular job, it was just complete nonsense. They didn't say any of that. That was just the attitude that they had. And it's like, no, you better learn how to get to work. You better learn. And I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to be. I'm not against you at all. I don't know who put that idea in your head, but whenever I tell you something, it's there for your benefit. It's there so we can all get our stuff done and go home. You know what I mean? On time. I didn't know who Obama was uh, through the television or through the internet at all. I learned who he was through the behavior of the locals that I interacted with. I learned exactly who he was. Uh, we had, up come 2008, and we had a new boss, and he was looking to fire somebody. And he pretty much just gave me the impression that he was going to be firing me. So I was like, okay. So I just went back to receiving, and I asked them when was our heaviest days, when was our heaviest weeks, when exactly was our heaviest month. And sure enough, that's when I scheduled a crap ton of time off. You know what I mean? If there was going to be sporadic dates, I was like, oh, is it going to be on Wednesday here or Friday there? Oh, well, we'll just, I had a ton of sick time too, so I was like, oh, I'm so sick today. Click. Didn't care. And every time I came back from vacation or back from my sick time, the guy would stop talk. The guy stopped talking to me. He stopped giving me shit, and eventually he did something stupid and was fired. Come to find out, all the days that I called off sick and all the days that I was on vacation, he was canceling orders because he couldn't handle the workload. Yeah, this is a manager that had no idea of the world of supply and demand in a business in a business that's nothing but supply and demand. Warehousing. Yeah, he canceled orders that cut into everybody's profits, that cut into customers and things like that. And yeah, he lost his job real quick. My old boss came in, and he was, I never had to ask for a cup of coffee ever again after that. That was kind of interesting. But eventually the company did figure out a way to get rid of some folks. They got rid of an entire shift, and there was no way around that. Back in 2009, I heard it and I wouldn't believe it for the longest time. And that was the competition, the company that we were competing against. They fired 50% of their workers all across the country, and I just wouldn't accept it, wouldn't believe it, because you have rich and you have poor, and then you have a bunch of stuff that the rich people won't do. Thus, the poor will have a way of making a living. That was just the world of what I understood. You know what I mean? The struggles after that, and this was 2010 and 11 after they canceled the shift. Yeah, I went through job after job after job, and then after that, it's like, what am I doing wrong? It wasn't, so I just said, to hell with it. Try to sign up with the service, right? The military. Why not? I'd rather fight the enemy than put up with this shit. And we had, and that was July of 2012, and we all know that we had an election that year, and it was truly amazing seeing my orders canceled. It was truly amazing seeing the orders canceled, sworn in and everything. And they were downsizing the military, so you come to find out, yeah, I wasn't the only one. Come to find out, they were cutting people that had all kinds of battle experience. They were cutting pilots that had thousands of hours in their machines. And no, it wasn't the Air Force, folks. I was signing up to get into the Army. I was too old for the Air Force, too old for the Marines. But the Army, I was still young enough to do. Up until Barack Obama got in there, nah. The only openings they had, I think, was the Army Rangers. But that's another discussion for another day. I was certainly too old to be doing that. Not for nothing, folks, but I mean, when they're cutting folks with all kinds of battle experience, and Lord knows how many tours they did, nah. I don't have a candle. I can't hold a candle to that. Just not happening, man. They're cutting those guys. There's not a chance in hell I can even step into the job. So there's no bones about that. But seeing the effect of it on California, Southern California, so to speak, was really amazing. Seeing the indoctrination, seeing the people turn on a dime, like flipping a light switch. It was truly amazing. And I couldn't, for a long time, I couldn't figure it out. I did not get online until 2011, 2012, folks. And it was, like straight up, once upon a time, you're able to get the weather, you're able to get the news, you're able to get the traffic report, you're able to get sports, you know what I mean, who won the game last night. You're able to get that from all the locals. Not long after 2009, all that shit stopped. Matter of fact, you were dealing with people that were treating you like you were less than human. It's a really amazing thing to see. Really amazing things to see. Eventually, I figured out a different job to do because I'm like, the hell with California. I need to get out of here, but I'm gonna need a completely different job. So I figured out a different profession to do, and started going back to school. And then when I really started seeing the indoctrination, I started seeing people disrespect instructors. Started seeing all these weird little snowflakes, and the dumb freaking arguments. Like straight up, they would try to counter argue against what the instructor just got through lecturing about. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Truly amazing. This identity politics stuff is just nuts. But that's what they're pushing, that's what they're pimping, that's what they're pumping into their skulls, and it's just mind-numbing. It's insanity. But thankfully, I don't have to put up with any of that. Thankfully, I figured out different places to take some of my exams for my credentials. I already got my first 2 credentials. I took that test as a fluke. I didn't even expect to pass, and sure enough, I did. Scored my first 2 credentials, so all I need is 2 more credentials, and I'm in like Flynn, and I'm out of here. And things are going to be looking great, but let's move on to the next step. Yeah, just seeing a radio talk show host look back at 2008, and he's like, "Oh, I remember the fond memories." Yeah, Stephen Molyneux, I remember back in 2008, it was all living hell, and I couldn't get an answer for it up until I got online. It's a nightmare. And right now we got terrorists running around in California. We'll just ban the guns from the law-abiding. Yeah, that'll stop the terrorists. Freaking insanity. You know, folks really can't appreciate why Trump's in office. I can. And I'm very thankful for it. Every freaking minute. Anyway, we've gone way over time. We've gone way over time. Not going to get too far into it. So anyway, this is going to be me signing out. Thank you, Stephen Molyneux. I'm happy to learn that you didn't get too old before you got a clue. Same goes for the rest. Lots of luck to y'all. Good luck on your projects. This is going to be the Fox Gibson signing out. Amazing this wonderful device known as the internet. Who knows? Maybe I might start up a new channel and start up a new show or something. You know what I mean? Who knows? Might learn how to do this for a living. Anyway, good luck, folks. Peace out.